What is up, guys? It's That's Game here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be attempting to predict one summer transfer for every Premier League club. I'm going to go through the league alphabetically and suggest one player that I think that club should sign. Now, these are just predictions. They are completely random. Some of them are completely left field and they're probably never even going to be linked with that club, but these are just predictions and they are what I think that club should be looking for in this summer transfer window. For context, I am recording this video on June the 1st, so the transfer window has only been open for a couple of hours so far and literally no signings have been made, so we'll just have to keep an eye out and see if any of my predictions do turn out to be true. So yeah, let's get into it. Firstly, it's Arsenal. Now, Arsenal have had an excellent season, finishing second in the league on 84 points, only 5 points behind Premier League winners Manchester City. Arsenal have hit a few bumps along the way though. Xhaka is leaving in the summer. So the Gunners are going to need to bring in much needed midfield reinforcements. So with that in mind, I am predicting Arsenal to sign Declan Rice from West Ham. The England midfielder has had an exceptional season and may even be a Conference League winner by this time next week. He will definitely shore up Arsenal's midfield, bringing in his 5 goals and 4 assists. Which is pretty good numbers for a CDM. He will also bring in a vital captain's presence to the Arsenal dressing room, and I think this signing could push Arsenal that little bit further to being equal with Manchester City. Next up, it's Aston Villa. Unai Emery has done a great job taking Aston Villa back to European football, and the Conference League will definitely provide an interesting challenge for them next season. Experienced fullback Ashley Young won't be staying at Aston Villa next season, which will be a huge blow for them. However, if the Villains sign Kyle Walker-Peters from recently relegated Southampton, then I think all will be okay. Walker-Peters is a smart signing for any club needing a fullback to make. He's versatile, can play on the left and the right. He's fast and he's good with the ball. I think a manager like Unai Emery could get the best out of a player like Walker-Peters, and he could help Aston Villa have a very good season. Bournemouth did so well to stay up in the Premier League. Manager Gary O'Neill really achieved with this squad. Jefferson Lerma is one of Bournemouth's big talents and he's leaving on a free this window, rumoured to be heading to Crystal Palace. I think the perfect replacement for him is Boubakary Samari at Leicester. He matches Jefferson Lerma's play style very well and he will definitely provide extra legs in the Cherries midfield. He might not chip in with many goals and assists, but his tenacity and his ball-winning ability definitely make up for that. Another team which performed amazingly last season was Brentford. Thomas Frank is doing a great job and his team just keep on climbing the Premier League table season after season. One problem Brentford will face, however, is striker Ivan Toney being banned for a couple of months into the new season. To avoid missing out on his goal-scoring ability, I think the Bees should sign Kelechi Iheanacho from Leicester. With 8 goals and 5 assists in Leicester's lacklustre season, Iheanacho will definitely provide a good alternative for Ivan Toney and could form a deadly partnership with the English top man upon his return. Brighton letting Graham Potter leave mid-season was a definite risk, but Roberto De Zerbi has been fantastic since his arrival. Europa League football is going to be a tough challenge for Brighton next season, especially with first-teamers McAllister and Caicedo being allowed to leave. That's why I think James Ward-Prowse would be a steal for between 20 and 40 million pounds. 16 goal contributions for Southampton last season show how special a player Ward-Prowse is, and he is definitely someone who would fit right into the Brighton midfield. Burnley winning the Championship last season was an exceptional achievement, as manager Vincent Kompany showed how good he is and he can be. Kompany has also shown favourability towards young promising players, and one which I think Burnley should sign this window is Gift Orban from KAA Ghent. Orban provided 22 goal contributions in 21 games last season, and this shows how deadly he is in front of goal. And he also could provide a nice under-the-radar signing for Burnley this summer. Chelsea cannot have a season like last season. Going through 4 managers in 1 year and spending £1 billion shows how shambolic things were under Todd Boehly. With Chelsea letting players leave this summer and other players on the decline, I think they should be looking to sign Edson Alvarez from Ajax. The 25-year-old CDM is going to be available for around 30 to 40 million and is a position which is crucial in any team. Alvarez has clocked in at over 3,500 minutes this season and has helped Ajax secure Europa League football after a rocky year. Pochettino will definitely be asking Todd Boehly for Alvarez in his summer transfer targets. Crystal Palace managed to come away from last season positively after Roy Hodgson came back to steady the ship. Palace's new manager has yet to be confirmed, but they should definitely be asking to sign Conor Gallagher. Gallagher had an amazing season at Palace not too long ago, but couldn't get that much of a look in at Chelsea last season. In order for him to return to his best form, he needs to push through this move to Crystal Palace, and I think Crystal Palace could push further up the table next season with this signing. Everton are becoming consistently poor with every new season. Sean Dyche managed to keep Everton in the Premier League last season, and I think after a summer at the club, they will be miles better off next year. One position Dyche needs instant improvement in is at striker, and I think the player to do that is Wout Weghorst. Being a Manchester United fan myself, I know the impact Weghorst can have on a team. He's all heart and passion, and he constantly tries his hardest for the team, something which Everton have lacked up front. He's also a goal threat from corners and other set pieces, something which fits right in with Sean Dyche's philosophy. Fulham exceeded most people's expectations for them in the season just gone. Signings like Polinia, Pereira and Willian were definitely steps in the right direction, and I think a player to continue those right steps is Fred from Manchester United. Fred is a very up and down player, but I think in the right system with the right players around him, he will flourish. Fred plays his best football in the opposition half, pressing his head off. And I think Fred for Fulham would be a very, very smart signing. Liverpool really struggled last season. Jurgen Klopp struggled with injuries and out of form players, especially in the midfield. I expect Liverpool to sign at least 2 starting midfielders this summer, one of which being Serge Milinkovic-Savic from Lazio. SMS is a player that is always linked to the Premier League, and I think this summer is finally the time for him to make that move. He will bolster Liverpool's midfield massively, and he should be available for around 25 to 40 million pounds, although Lazio have been known to play hardball when it comes to selling their players. Luton have finally made it to the Premier League. After failing to get promotion last season, this year's playoff winners will be playing in the big league. I expect Luton to make at least 6 or 7 Premier League quality signings in an attempt to stay in the league next season. And one of those players I think they will sign is Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall from Leicester. Dewsbury-Hall played 31 games for Leicester last season in the Premier League and was a mainstay of their midfield. And I think if Luton were to sign him, then they would stand a fair chance at survival. Manchester City have become the second team to win the league 3 times in a row. Their squad is covered twice over in every position with quality players. However, with PSG letting Lionel Messi leave this summer, whether for a free transfer or for a fee, I believe it's time for the Argentinian GOAT to come to the Premier League. Pep loves Messi, and there has always been links between the two, and I think that Messi will finally come to the Premier League. Other than Messi, I can't see how City could improve their winger options. Let's hope we see the Argentinian GOAT next season in the Premier League. Erik ten Hag performed beyond expectations with United last season and could still win his second trophy if United beat City in the FA Cup final this Saturday. One area of the pitch United have been lacking in this season has been the striker, but with the signing of Victor Osimhen from Napoli, those struggles would disappear. 30 goals and 5 assists in 38 games for Napoli this season proves what a clinical striker the Nigerian is, and that would definitely carry across to the Premier League. Osimhen would be an amazing addition to the Premier League and to Manchester United to help them get closer to the likes of Manchester City and Arsenal. Newcastle are back in the Champions League, and it is a fantastic accomplishment by Eddie Howe and this Newcastle team. In order to repeat this next season and go far in the cup competitions in Europe and domestically, Newcastle should be looking to sign lots of top players to improve their squad. One of these is James Maddison from Leicester for around £25 to £40 million. Maddison is a great player who can spark something out of nothing for his team, and Newcastle will definitely need his 10 goals and 9 assists next season. Nottingham Forest did very well last season to remain in the Premier League. It did look shaky at times, but the loan signing of Keylor Navas really helped them. If they can make that signing permanent, then they stand a real good chance at pushing further up the table next season, alongside the signing of Harry Maguire from Manchester United. Maguire is a good player and one which will help Forest survive in the Premier League. Maguire provides defensive assuredness as well as an aerial threat, and I think this would be a smart signing for Notts Forest for around 30 to 40 million. Sheffield United are another club which have gained promotion to the Premier League. I will be expecting them to sign many Premier League quality players in order to bolster their squad and their hopes of survival. One of these players would be Ryan Kent on a free from Rangers. Ryan Kent provides plenty of options on the wings, and the 26-year-old provided 10 assists for Rangers last season. He's a rapid player with good ball retention, which is something Sheffield United will be needing in the Prem next season. Spurs, along with Chelsea and Liverpool, are part of the traditional Big Six teams which underperformed last season. I doubt Spurs will be able to keep a hold of Harry Kane this window, but if they do, they desperately need to strengthen their squad, especially in defence and in goal. That is why I think Spurs should sign Illan Meslier from Leeds. The young French goalie will cost Spurs around 20 to 40 million, and he will definitely provide Spurs with that goalkeeper cover which they need. I do think Spurs need at least 4 to 5 starting signings in order to improve their position in the new season. West Ham are a club which have underperformed in the league last season, but have also done amazingly in Europe. The Irons are in the Conference League final next week and look favourites to win it. I think West Ham need to be signing Harvey Barnes from Leicester in this summer transfer window. Barnes is a talent who scored 13 goals for Leicester last season and is someone who would fit right in at the Claret and Blue club. Available for around 25 to 40 million pounds, this is a signing West Ham should snap up fast in order to push themselves back up the Premier League table. Wolves are a club which desperately needs a revamp in this transfer window. With Ruben Neves leaving as well as Raul Jimenez out the door, the Midlands club needs to be signing quality players across the pitch. One of those is Chuba Akpom from Middlesbrough. Scoring 29 goals last season from cam as well as striker, the 27-year-old definitely deserves his big move. He's versatile and he is available for around 15 to 25 million pounds, and Wolves desperately need goals, and Akpom is definitely the player to bring them in. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think of my predictions down in the comment section. Hopefully some of them do happen. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Leave a like on the video, and yeah, keep an eye out for more new videos coming your way. So yeah, thanks for watching.